Hey, it's Leah. And
Corey.
oh God, isn't her voice sexy? I just freaking love your voice. And we wanted to share with y'all. There's all these videos out there about how do I know if this girl likes me, or how do I find my dream relationship.
She knows because she watched them all.
I watched them all. But I have found this beautiful relationship with my person. And so we're going to tell y'all really, really, really how this works. Alrighty, are you ready, Corey?
Spit the truth.
Spit the truth!
Yeah, I'm always
yes,
ready.
yes. So, well, let's go back in time to the day we met.
Back in time.
Because I didn't know Corey existed. But I knew there was supposed to be, I really did know there was supposed to be this woman that I was supposed to be with. I was with 2 men though. But I knew, like, if it can happen for me, if I can find my dream woman, then it can happen for you. So, because I was like with not one, but 2 men. Previously, I've been with 3 men at a time, but I mean, not the same time, but which is fine if you are, like, that's cool too. But I was just with
a few
men that I've been seeing. One of them was my husband, because I'm married. So if I can find my dream woman, so can you. There are no barriers to this kind of magic. So I knew there was this woman out there for me. And I had done like some magical rituals around calling her in, including putting a white candle in my vagina and anointing it with my pussy juice and lighting it and literally
white girls.
and literally calling in. Oh my God, did you really say that? Did you say that? I'm gonna have to edit that out. Anyways, I called in my dream woman. So then I walk into my Reiki master attunement and I see this woman sitting there, and I walk over to her and I say, I just felt something. You got to feel something. If you don't feel something, leave. If you do not feel something within the first few minutes of meeting the person that you are considering as a long-term partner, no, it's not there. You should feel something. Right? Do you agree with that?
Yes.
You felt something too, right? Did you?
I recall telling you. What did I say?
You said you wanted to put me in your pocket and take me with you everywhere.
That's right. I wish I could just put you in my pocket and take me with you.
Yeah, she said that on the first day we met.
And then I said it, I was like, well, that was weird. And then she took it really well, so.
I did, because I wanted to be in her pocket. I wanted to be in your hot pocket, baby.
Oh, God. Can we edit that out?
Oh, it's such a nice place to be, though. Okay, so back to our story. So I walk over to her. I felt a thing, and I was like, is this seat taken? And she looked up at me, and she was like, it is now. And I just felt...
in the bag.
I felt a zing. And then I didn't talk to her very much for a long time. But she was persistent in making sure we had time to hang out, because I felt like I don't want to put myself out there, you know? So I dropped hints. I did spin. I was definitely interested, even though I wasn't good about making an effort to hang out with you.
And I was interested, but I didn't really think that was plausible, seeing how she was dating, like, and married.
Yeah.
So I knew that. And I was like, what one person has enough energy to add me to that equation?
Right?
But I knew she had to be in my life for some kind of reason. And I just kept really getting pulled to make sure that we were, like, doing some kind of energetic work together, which is what I originally was pulled to do. But of course I had a crush on her. I just didn't think it was really going to work.
And I wasn't going to make the first move, because that's a lot to ask of anyone to, you know. And I'd had so many experiences with women, like, trying to date them, and then, like, the moment they heard I was married, and not even just I'm married and I have a boyfriend, but, like, just being married to a man was like, no, not interested. And I get, like, that's fair. So I wasn't going to make a move, even though I was definitely interested in her. But we kept hanging out. Well, it wasn't like hanging out. Literally,
it was like we did Reiki on each other.
Yeah.
And then it was pretty much quarantine.
And then quarantine happened.
And then...
Oh, yeah, I also met my dream woman, like, we came together during quarantine.
Yeah, completely. And by things that happened to me in meditation, like deep meditation, she kept kind of showing up, or my guides were telling me that I had to, like, talk to her about these certain things, and then... So I did, and I was really resistant to do it, but I did it because I was like, I'm going to sound fucking crazy. She's going to think I'm crazy. So, like, third month of, like, quarantine, I'm like, so these light beings in deep meditation told me these things, and we need to be working together. She's like, oh, it's totally, like, receptive to it. And,
I was getting similar messages. I was having dreams that we were in love in, like, an intergalactic space station. And, like, telling her that, thinking that was, like, dropping a huge hint.
Yeah.
And that I told you I dreamed we were in love.
And then the, was it the Sophia Code and the Seraphonite? That's what it was. The Sophia Code and the Seraphonite. And then we did this, it would just called us to do this big work with Seraphonite.
Massive. So Seraphonite is a stone, for those of you who don't know, and it comes from this like lake in Siberia, and it's a beautiful green stone with like silver inlaid angel wings, it looks like, that's connected to the seraphim, which is like the highest order of angels. So we did this ceremony, this like ritual with Seraphonite, and she was playing her sound bowls, and I was like channeling things, and our friend Laura built this whole grid with like 33 pieces of well, we had 32 pieces, and
I brought one piece to add to the grid, and it made it 33.
Yeah, which is the magic number, y'all. Just know, if you're not all as into the magic as we are, magic is truly a huge part of our being together. And so we activated all the Seraphonite in all the world, apparently. That's what came through. And wow, we really sound crazy, but
yeah, we do.
We're not. We're not, but whatever.
Somebody knows what we're talking about.
Yes. If this resonates, trust it. If you feel something when you hear us talk about this
I
stuff,
wouldn't even believe it. I would think we're crazy if we weren't both getting the same messages.
Yeah.
And really connected. I mean, that was just nuts.
Yeah, we would have like these meditation experiences and literally be experiencing the same thing in multiple dimensions at once.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, regularly. You can't make this stuff up. Yeah. Like, you can't.
To the point where we had to talk about it. Like, our guides were forcing us to talk about it. And then that opened up a whole new world.
A whole new world.
Yeah.
A whole new world. And now she lives in my backyard in a tiny house.
With her husband and her son.
Which we also manifested. Right. They don't live in the tiny house.
No.
They live in the big house.
No, they don't.
The big house.
Yeah.
The big house. We're in the tiny house. I mean, I go between them, but we've been together for 6 months now. And she lives in my backyard.
Yeah. That's crazy.
In a house we got. Yep. It's been pretty magical. But yeah, you invited me to the lake a month after the Seraphonite.
Tens of thousands of dollars in a yard that wasn't even set up to do anything like that.
I know. We really made happen.
A lot of improbable things. Even the neighbors were like, okay, sure, take the fence down.
Tear down the fence and the trees.
And come through our yard. We don't care. We support your tiny house. And it's like, wow.
Like so
every aspect was improbable and everything came together perfectly.
All during
down
quarantine.
To the plumbing and well, no, there's a couple issues with the plumbing, but
it's okay. There's a lot of emotions here, so you're expecting plumbing issues when there's big emotions. Feng shui thing, look it up. Anyways, a lot of truly improbable happenings have occurred in the 6 months we've been together.
And we went out one time, and I really wanted to kiss her, but I didn't have the courage to do it. I
really wanted her to.
And I didn't think I would, because I'd also driven her like an hour away from home, so it'd be a really awkward
drive home.
If that didn't work out in my favor. And I didn't think I would have it, but apparently in between.
I petitioned
Those
the
two
universe. So
times.
we hung out one time at the lake a month after our Seraphonite activation. She invited me to the lake, which was an hour away, and I went with her, and it was such a wonderful day. Like the whole day, there was this, like, all this weird stuff happened. Like her mom called me by the nickname that only my family calls me. Her mom called me.
First, my
this
mom
name.
even liked her. That's crazy.
Yay!
Carry on.
And her mom had made, like, all my favorite foods were there. Like, it was so weird. And then there was this music playing while we were floating on the lake. There's this music playing, and it's, like, literally all of these songs from, like, momentous times of my childhood. And it was, like, if you could have comprised a soundtrack of songs that make me feel happy and loved and, like, spirit is talking to me, it was, I kept, like, multiple times.
Like
do you remember? I was like, do you
like
hear
this
this
random
song?
radio station that's like, because it was like out in Dawsonville.
Yeah.
Like we're way in the woods, so you could only get reception wise. It's either like some like seminary, like or something, or it's talk radio, or it's country, or it's really bad hip hop.
But
And
this was, like, really good music.
yeah, and it was like 2 hours on this other random station of like, here's this for Leah.
It was literally
Every
like a
song.
playlist to make me feel like spirit is like, you are exactly where you are supposed to be.
Yeah.
And then, like, she took me to this really awesome restaurant in a gas station that had amazing food, and it was just like, oh my god, you're
It was
like,
a separate buffet, but it was connected.
it was very good. It was very good. All you can eat crab legs, night.
Fried catfish, mac and cheese,
So much
cornbread.
craziness. Like, it was just all these very specific things that, like, kept, it was like Spira really wanted me to know, like, pay attention to how amazing you feel right now, and we are, like, sending you all the signs. And it was amazing. And I went home that night and curled up in my meditation pyramid and, like, crying, and also, like, just my heart was racing, and I knew that I either had to be with her or I could not have her in my life. And so that's what I told Spirit. I called in all my guides, my ancestors, my angels, like, all the beings. I called in her higher self and her team, and I was like, y'all, if I am supposed to, if it is literally in the highest good of all involved, because there's a lot of people going to be impacted by me being with her. There's a lot of people connected to me in my life, and they're all going to be impacted if I bring someone into my life. And I have a kid to think about. I have partners. I have, like, people I work with and love and that care about me. And, like, that's a lot. And it's a lot to ask of her to, like, upend her whole life, which I'm sure was, like, a lot less crazy than it is now, to be with me. And I wasn't going to do that if it wasn't in the highest good. And so I said to Spirit, I was like, you brought her into my life. I need you to either make her make a move and we have to be together, or I need her to get the fuck out. Like, I cannot just, like, be casual friends with this person because I am in love. Like, I have never felt so deeply drawn to someone in such a, like, the physical chemistry was there, but, like, the spiritual connection was, like, so profound. Like, I was having I've had a lot of amazing energetic experiences in my life, and I was having experiences with this woman I truly didn't know that well, that I was like, I've never had these experiences even with people I've been really close to doing big energy work. So, and the love was there, and the desire, and the attraction, like, all of it. I was just like, who is this person that is, like, fucking up my whole world? And she either has to go or we have to be together. And I was very firm. I was like, she has to make the first move because I can't. I've dropped all the hints I possibly can that I'm interested in her. I can't fuck up someone's life by being like, hey, I want to be with you. What do you think about that? Maybe I just didn't have the balls or the ovaries. I don't know. But whatever. I was like, if this is in the highest good, she has to make the first move. And then we went to the lake the next weekend.
And I wanted to make a move, but I decided that if I had the ovaries, as you say, to do it, that I would do it like at the end of the day when we're close to her house, just in case I was horribly rejected. Had to play it off. So that was my plan. And then we get to the lake and we're sitting at the top of the deck, and there was something magical that day because, like, I don't know, there was just a lot. It was just like being in a bubble of ether.
Yeah, and it should
really
have been
felt
a
like that.
busy
There was
day.
something in the water, and there was
so
like nothing.
quiet.
It was like
So quiet.
nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then literally, like, I was like, like, we were both laying just on the deck, not on like chairs or anything. We had just gotten into our suits and laid out, and I don't even know what we were talking about. I don't think we were really talking about anything.
We weren't. We just
We're
laid
just
there because there was
there.
this crackling
Yes.
energy.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. It was
like truly
tangible.
electricity in the air, and we're
Yeah.
both like laying side by side, like
Like,
in
you
our
feel
swimsuits, like.
And it was like I could feel this power just come through me and like lift me up and like make me say, "So do you want to make out?" Or, "Hey, do you want to make out?" Like, that's all I said, like, out of nowhere.
She literally like sat up and rolled over to me, and she was like, "Do you want to make out?" So fucking sexy.
Well, it went well.
It was so sexy.
Thankfully, could have been really bad. But yeah, and then we made out the rest of the day.
Mm-hmm, pretty much.
All over the place.
All over.
Yeah.
Lots of making out.
And we ate more catfish and we went home.
Yeah. It was a good day.
We've been together almost inseparable ever since.
Yeah. We have matching tattoos now, even.
Mm.
I'll show you once they're healed up because we just got them yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never thought I would be that stereotypical.
Right?
But apparently I am.
We are very stereotypical.
Just didn't meet the person to be stereotypical with.
Just my person.
Until now. She's just my person.
Just my person.
And all this improbable shit that doesn't make any sense just falls together so gracefully and spirit-led, and we don't really do anything.
I know. It's really amazing. And so just know, if you want a person,
You can call them in. If two people are aligned,
it's going to happen
it's
no
all
matter
about
what.
it's all about resonance and frequency. So I believe that we've probably been looking at each other for a while, but I was not where I needed to be. It took me a while to get there. So once I was at the frequency to be able to attract those aspects of both of us, then it could happen. Like, you had.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Yeah, totally. So we literally were able to find each other, get together, and make a life together against like so
and we worked together,
odds.
and we worked
together. Yeah.
And I learned from her, she learns from me. We both have these really different styles and gifts that like synergize together, and we're able to create this whole new depth of energetic work between our healing ourselves, and hopefully that will dispel into the people that come to see us. And it's really beautiful.
It's really beautiful, and it's like literally like living a dream.
Yeah,
it's like what I dreamed about for years and years and years, and didn't even fully consciously know I was dreaming, but I had just enough to like keep calling in.
Neither one of us ever gave up on this idea we've innately had, I believe, in our essence of love.
Of love, yeah.
And most people aren't there, or have lost touch with it, or it got traumatized away or something.
Yeah.
But we managed to hold on to that, and then we both were at an aligning resonance and calling it in, in the name of spirit, actively calling in and using our guides to call it in, not even knowing that it was necessarily each other.
Right. We didn't know who we were calling in per se. Even after we had met, we could feel there was this like.
It was just so improbable.
Pull. Yeah.
I just kept getting pulled to her, so I kept going, and then the magic just ensued. So awesome. Trust your instincts and
want what you want, and have
also
the
just
ovaries
focus
to
on
ask
you. When you
for
focus on you, what you truly want attracts like that. Like,
it does.
two magnets, literally.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to. It's literally about focusing on yourself with the intention of what you want, but knowing that that's not going to fulfill. Yeah.
Well said, babe.
All right.
Well said.
I'm done.
Let's eat our Cadbury eggs. Alrighty. Bye, y'all.